Faker played Zoe recently. Wait, did he? Oh? Wait, well, let me search it. Faker. Zoe. What patch are we on? 1323. We can watch it if it is on YouTube. Oh yeah, he did play it. He did play it. 1 day ago, T1 Faker Zoe versus FaZe. Grandmaster 1323. Holy. Okay, we can watch this. We can watch this. We can watch this. I want to watch this. We can watch it. We can watch it. I mean, it is a FaZe favored matchup. Okay, let's give me a second. I need to. Okay, enough of this hype music. Let's chill out, okay? Let's chill out. Let's chill the fuck out, okay? Let's chill out. Chill out. Chill out. Chill out. Chill out. Oh yeah. Okay, bro. Let's watch this, okay? Boom. Okay, so T1 Faker Zoe versus FaZe Mid Korea Grandmaster patch 13.23. Literally 1 day ago. So, what runes does he have? He's running Flash Ignite. He's running Flash Ignite, okay? Okay, let's like to color the runes. Electrocute, Taste of Blood, Ghost Poro, Ingenious Hunter. I mean, stopwatch. I mean, he would have normally went for either cookies or minion demote, but because he's against FaZe, he decided to go for that stopwatch. Most people prefer, most mages prefer to just go Inspiration Stopwatch and Cosmic Insight when they're playing against FaZe, because the stopwatch active is going to be available when FaZe hits level 6. The timing is perfect, because once FaZe hits level 6, you will have stopwatch. So he cannot literally just run into you with an ult and kill you, because you have stopwatch on his first ultimate. That is why people mages go stopwatch against FaZe, okay? That is why. The timing is perfect. When FaZe hits level 6, you will have the stopwatch active. He will not go crown, no. If he would go crown, he would need to go sorcery tree, because you need the extra AP from absolute. I mean, not necessarily from absolute focus, but from gathering storm in order to make it work. I mean, I'm assuming he just goes Ingenious Hunter because he really likes having trinkets available more often. So yeah, Ghost Poro. Let's see how this plays out. Starts dealing. Yeah, let's do. I mean, nice try to hit a kill there. He's trying to zone the FaZe from getting the minion last hits, and when he goes for the last hits, he punishes him. Like, he's just focusing the FaZe. Like, what you need to understand is, when you're playing such an aggressive rune setup, like, you are playing really aggressive, okay? You're playing Electrocute Ignite Zoe. You're not playing Electrocute Ignite Zoe to play safe and scale, okay? There is no scaling with this rune setup. With this rune setup, there is no scaling. You don't scale. Zoe does not scale with this rune setup. It does not scale. So Zoe needs to get an early advantage in this game in order to be useful. She scales by having a gold advantage. So that is why he does not get, he doesn't prioritize CSing, even though he has equal CS now. He prioritizes on getting a health advantage on the FaZe, so that maybe he can kill him with the ignite that he has, or at least zone him from getting experience and gold. Because FaZe also has Electrocute Ignite, right? Like, if he pokes him hard enough, FaZe at some point is going to be forced to base and miss a lot of golden experience, because if he stays, Zoe is most likely just going to kill him. Like, Zoe does not, if Zoe, by the way, if Zoe right now scales W and hits a max range Q from here to here, and he hits FaZe, FaZe dies with Electrocute, W damage, max range Q, auto attack and ignite. Zoe can kill FaZe here. If FaZe does not get level 2, he stays level 1, and Zoe with W, not A, with W, hits a max range Q with Electrocute, auto attack, ignite, FaZe dies here. 100%, no doubt. He dies. He dies. Straight up dies. Because the W damage level 1 is huge. It is so powerful. Most people don't expect it. It does so much damage. I mean, he tries to get an advantage. He wards Raptors. He wards Raptors so that him and his team can know. Okay, I need to like make this bigger, no? Should I make this bigger? How do I make this bigger? Boom, so you guys can see. So he puts a ward here. Can you guys see the minimap, or is my camera hiding it? My camera is hiding it. Okay, I need to minimize it back. Okay, my fault, my fault. Let's do this. Maybe this is better. I'll keep that in mind, actually. I will do that every time I play FaZe or Zed. Are you thinking about the stopwatch? So yeah. I mean, yeah, it is just really good. It's just really good. I mean, you can do this. I mean, this is also about like next season, FaZe and champions like Zed and stuff, as you said earlier, are going to, like, FaZe especially is going to get buffed next season, because stopwatch, like the time, like perfect timing, like you cannot get the stopwatch from your runes from inspiration next from the next season, because they will remove it. So you will not have this option available against FaZe from next season. minion. But yeah, from like as long as I'm concerned, until the end of the season, you can abuse this into the Fizz matchup. Okay, he gets an exhaust. Nice. Fizz can never play aggressive because Zoe has an exhaust. Even if the enemy jungle tries to gank him here, he can probably like kill him and survive because of exhaust. He also has another balloon, like this is so good. Like the chances of him getting 2 balloons right now is pretty low. I mean, let's say, like you have a 10% chance per minion to have a balloon, okay? You have a 10% chance on the entire, like, Zoe has a 10% chance per minion to spawn a balloon. When minions spawn on the enemy base, they all have a 10%. When they spawn, they have a 10% chance to spawn with a minion if Zoe is in the game, with a balloon. So let's say there is like 6 minions. You have a 30%, like, if you get, like, you have pretty much, like, what's it called? What is the math? Like, you, like, out of 6 minions, 10% chance hits. What is the math? What is the percentage of how often you get balloon? What is the percentage? It is a 10% chance per minion. So what is that? So per wave, you have, like, what? A 60% chance to have a balloon? I don't think that's correct, but yeah, you get the idea. Only a 10% chance per minion. Let's see. He procs electrocute here. He instantly exhausts the Fizz. Fizz made a mistake here. You can never go in or trade on Zoe. He uses his Ignite here, which personally I would not have, because now that he uses his Ignite, he does not have any kill pressure on him anymore. Because Fizz can always dodge dodge Zoe's E with his E, if he reacts to it. So, yeah, I mean, he's gonna push the wave here, crash it and reset for himself to be on tempo on the Fizz. I mean, Fizz will have a slightly better tempo, as you can see. He's on the map first because he recalled first. Now Zoe has to sit under tower. I mean, he's gonna freeze this most likely. Faker here because the wave is over here coming. See, he's holding it, trying to freeze it under his tower. He's gonna hit his jungle. There is a random skirmish. I mean, yeah, just random. I mean, the wave now is too big. He's forced to farm it under tower. He bought the Daxel boots with the control ward. Really good buy. I would have bought exactly the same things on first base. Really good first base. I would have literally bought the exact same things. He got an Ignite from Balloon. Clears the ward there for his team. Goes back to mid lane. Nice little prediction there on Fizz Q. Uses the Ignite. He misses the E. I'm surprised the Fizz did not react to it with his E. Really surprised. -1 cannon. -1 for Faker. -1. Hide on bush. His team is skirmishing. He just prefers to. He wants to just sit here and farm this wave. He doesn't like all this coin flippy stuff. Just sits here, farms his wave. Life is good. I used to buy that almost every game with Zoe. I mean, it is what you're supposed to do. I mean, you buy Darkseid because Zoe is one of those champions that utilizes, as we said earlier, AP really well. The more AP you have on Zoe, the more damage you deal. You don't need penetration on Zoe. Penetration is for burst damage, but Zoe can also like it doesn't, like, you can do like a really strong damage without having like that much burst, because your Q and your E have really high AP scalings. So Darkseid, if you manage to get 1 stack, 2 stacks, they matter a lot in the early stages of the game because of the Q and T have such high AP scalings. He hits the bubble there on the Fizz. This Fizz has not been doing that great of a time dodging Zoe's spells. Bard is here, he drops the Ignite. He should be dead to minion Ignite. Oh, he's out corrupting pot. I mean, he has the nullified matching mantle on the Fizz. Nice outplay by Faker. The flash, he used ult, got his passive. Flash autoed him, he died. Nice. Now he just resets. He does not. Okay, notice this, okay? I mean, most people do not understand this as a concept. Like, most people, right now, most people. Okay, let me ask you guys, what would you have done right now if you have just killed Fizz? What would be your next decision, okay? And then I'm going to explain to you what Faker thought process is. What will you do? Will you reset? Will you farm the wave and then reset? Will you... what will you do? What would you guys do? You would base for no mana, okay? You would base because you don't have mana. If I want to push the wave, I could not. That is an opinion, yeah. Recent, since wave will push back, and the plate is just a death if the jungle comes. yes, those things can happen, but Faker is not thinking those things. Yes, there are scenarios that can like if Faker cannot push this current wave exactly because he does not have enough mana. But the main reason that he is going to base here, even if he had mana, even if he had enough mana to push this wave, he would not push this wave. He would reset instantly because of tempo. Because he wants to have tempo on the phase. He wants to try and salvage the tempo over the phase. What this means, there is good tempo and bad tempo, okay? If Faker right now stayed for a longer period of time after Fizz died, and he pushed the wave and he like did whatever he wanted to do, and then he based to refresh his resources and then went back out on the map, Faker would be on bad tempo. And what this means is, because the Fizz died, right? Fizz died, okay? He resets, he basically has a faster reset on the early stages of the game. So when you die, so he bases first, and Fizz is going to be out on the map with full resources and a buy first. And what this means is, he can push the wave first, Fizz, and then he can look to roam to make a play for his team. He can look to roam, put a ward on your jungle, and all that stuff. He can basically make a move first. But it's basically like in a chess manner. He gets to make a move first. Because he died first, he's back out on the map first, so he gets to make a move first. Because by the time, let's say, Fizz, I'm going to just let this play out, okay? Fizz dies. Faker resets, he speeds this up, okay? See, Faker, Faker is over here, and Fizz is already pushing this wave in. He's on the map pushing this wave in. Fizz, right now, has good tempo. And what this means is that Fizz now has a chance to come back by either roaming bot, top, putting some wards onto your jungle, clearing vision. Like, he has a timing where Faker is forced to farm under his tower or in front of his tower because Fizz has pushed the tower, and see, he's pinging it. Fizz now is roaming topside because he has pushed the wave first and he has good tempo, and Faker is on a bad tempo. That happens in there. What happens when you die? Or it's a concept, okay? He gets to make a move first, so as you can see, he's pinging at the minimum that he's missing. Like, Fizz is most likely roaming top lane here. That is also why Faker puts a ward here, because if he didn't put this ward, he wouldn't have known where Fizz would roam with his good tempo advantage, because of he died, as we said. But now he knows that he went topside because of this ward. So Fizz is using his good tempo to go topside here and try to make something happen. He went topside. That is why Faker is spinning topside. Because if Faker did not put down this ward right here, like both his bot lane and his top lane, basically his entire team would be on the edge. They would be really scared of Fizz like roaming on them and ganking them. But right now only Poppy is on the edge because of this ward right here, because we know that Fizz is topside. And then as you can see on the map, he roamed top lane with his good tempo, and Poppy dies with the jungle. They just dove here, see? That is the concept of tempo. Like, imagine, even when Faker based just a little later after Fizz died, Fizz still had a good tempo to roam top lane and kill the Poppy. So that's how important tempo is. Faker is going to punish it by pushing those waves, and Fizz is going to fall behind in gold. Experience and gold. He's gonna miss those waves now. But yeah, I hope you guys understand the concept of tempo now. So Fizz is back. Now Faker has advantage. Now Faker has good tempo because he's going to push this wave, and he can look to make a move on the map. If that is what he's thinking right now. It looks like he's not hard. He's pushing the wave, yeah, okay. He's pushing the wave and he's looking to make a tempo play on the map. He might also try to his team is here. He's not going to roam. He's just gonna dive the Fizz. I would really like to know what Faker would have done if his team was not here to dive Fizz. Let's say his team, his jungle and his support were not here and he had pushed the wave. I would really like to know what Faker would have done with his tempo. But yeah, he uses his tempo now to kill the Fizz. Instantly he bases for the same concept, for the same reason that we said earlier. And because Lee Sin Lee Sin now is a threat, he's cancelling Faker's reset. This is really bad for Faker. He loses his flash, he loses both of his summoners, and he's on a bad tempo And now is he dead? Oh no. He's 1 HP now, no resources. Faker has to suck this wave now. No way you're trying to stay this. Like, look at how much HP he is, bro. No way. Okay, just base, bro. Just base. Nice. He buys sword boots, goes back out. I was not paying attention of what Fizz did. What did Fizz do? Fizz pushed the wave, took a plate, and then reset. Okay, so I'm assuming Fizz now is resetting. So now Faker has a tempo advantage. He pushes this wave and he gets to make a move on the map first. He gets to impact the game first. If I was a similar situation, I probably get spamping Mama Top, and then he does 1 or 2 things. He types mid diff, or 2, he can start typing the entire game. I mean, yeah, I mean, you cannot control what other people do. All you can do is like you can just focus on what you do it on your best of your capabilities, and on a long time, like on a long framework. Like if you spam enough games and you gradually just slowly improve, you're going to climb by doing this stuff. Just like what I'm talking to you right now, this concept of tempo, it is a fundamental. And it is game knowledge. It is not a fundamental of mid lane. It is not like, it is literally like on every role you need to know this. It is a fundamental for every role. It is League of Legends like fundamental. Okay, he now clears wards. Insane is here. He wants to drop the Rift Herald mid lane. Cool. All my people don't understand that I can't move or won't be on time and I get a gold XP and the enemy mid loses it. I mean, it is what it is. Okay, he gets a yeah, he gets the thingy here. Proto belt. Now Faker has a tempo. I'm going to keep on saying like when Faker has and has not tempo, because this is a concept that literally can climb you so much LP if you understand it. Outside of wave manipulation, outside of like anything else. He gets a solo kill here, that's nice. Now he's going to push the wave and reset. Now, I mean, as you can see now, the death timer is longer, right? The death timer is longer. So what that means is that Faker has enough time to push this wave, reset, and he will be on the same tempo as Fizz, because Fizz has still 11 seconds. Like right here, he pushed the wave, he instantly... Is he not gonna reset? Oh, he wants the plate? Yeah, he's gonna stay for the plate there. I mean... That is a mistake, I believe. He should have reset. I mean, that's greedy. He should not have reset it for the plate. He had the right idea of like instantly basing to be on tempo for the Fizz. But now now Fizz has the tempo advantage. He pushes mid wave first as well, and he roams bot lane, clears vision. He does whatever he likes to do. I also love when enemy mid is like Talon or something, and they expect me to out-roam a Talon with Orianna. I mean, yeah, that is basically like champions like Zed, like especially assassins. Assassins have tools that they kind of just like one-shot the wave and just roam. Because if assassins, especially in the mid game, if they are not able to get push and they are stuck under tower, they literally lose the game, because of assassin role is mainly balanced around tempo. Like if you do not have tempo advantage on the mid game, as an assassin champion, you will most likely lose. Like Talon basically attacks the fundamental of having priority and having tempo, because when he is one-shotting the wave with minion dematerializer and his W, and you cannot do that, so you're stuck on the tower, he has an advantage to roam. Like he's using his tempo advantage to make a move on the map first. Or sometimes they expect you to roam just behind the assassin. You can do that. You can also you can do that. Yes, I mean, if you want to, you can. I mean, let's say Talon pushes the wave and you have a wave in front of your tower, but you know that the Talon will go bot lane and they will dive your bot lane. In that scenario, I would suck this wave, I would not farm it, I will only get like 1 or 2 minions, I will not get the entire wave, and I will move bot lane to try and save my bot lane from dying to Talon. But it's also something like a scenario, like you have to fall behind a little bit on CS and experience for the overall balance and game state, so that if your bot lane falls behind, then everything starts to crumble. Like if your team falls behind, very obviously, eventually you're going to fall behind as well. So you're pretty much matching the tempo of the Talon by sacking a couple of minions. Like, just because you have minions to farm doesn't mean that, like, you are jailed. Like, no, you can sack those minions, you can lose them in order to help your team, but have in mind that if you do not get anything out of it, or you still die, or you still misplay and it goes bad, you will not only have, like, died or give away a lot of gold to the enemy team, you will also be behind on CS and experience because you sucked the wave to move, to, like, have basically the same tempo as the Talon. If the Talon waits for you in the bush, you will be most likely dead. Yes, this is also a scenario that you need to, like, you need to make sure that when you go into the river or when you're roaming, you have a ward and you also have your E available. Otherwise, yes, you can die very easily, as you mentioned. I mean, right now at this point, there is not much to learn out of this game because mid game is like now with the transition into mid game. So like his bot lane rotates to mid. I mean, as you can see, because his Jane is mid lane, his Pop is bot lane. He's obviously going to go top lane here. He's not gonna go mid or bot. He's gonna farm the top wave. That's basic macro. But yeah, I mean, the most of the stuff that you can learn is from the early game about like decision making, matchups, trading patterns and stuff. Like most of that stuff you learn on the early game. Right now, because it is solo queue, like there will be just like random fights for no reason. There is nothing more to learn out of this. So yeah. I mean, I can watch until the end, it's like, whatever. Most likely the enemy team will FF soon. But yeah, there is nothing else to learn out of this game. Because, yeah, we're in mid-game now. For me, there's nothing more to learn here. But yeah, I hope you guys had a general idea of what Faker'S decision making was and why he was playing so aggressive and stuff. Like, when you see me playing, most of the times you will see me give pressure to the enemy mid laner in exchange for power and scaling power, because I have scaling runes. I do not go electric ignite, especially in matchups that I know that I cannot get like on Syndra, on Orianna. When I'm against those type of champions, LeBlanc, like when I know that I'm against champions that I cannot get mid priority against, I will be taking teleport. I will be giving priority to my laner in exchange for my own power, so that I can farm and scale because I have full scaling runes. And yeah, I'm basically this concept works better in higher elos because your chances of your team dying to a random gank are far less or far more minimum, because people pay attention to the map and they know how to protect themselves. But in lower elos, yeah, that's why I also like go ignite, like electrocute in lower elos, because you basically always need to have mid priority or to have at least the first move on the map, because your team in most cases will not be able to protect themselves because they're bad at the game and they will die, and then they will spam ping you, even though it was not your fault. I mean, it kind of was, but it was not. But they could have prevented themselves from dying and they didn't, so they're going to get mad and start running it down. I'm sure you guys have experienced this before. We all have. Are there any mid mages that you expect to fall off with the new season drops, by the way? Mages that fall off. Syndra. I mean, Syndra I think will fall off, or she will stop being so annoying. Even though she still needs individual nerf, I don't think she will like be as broken as she is right now because of mythic removal. She will because of mythic removal, she will, and overall items next season will have less ability haste. And why Syndra is really broken right now is because her base damage on, like, Syndra's base damage level 1 like is so high. Like one Syndra Q, if Syndra lands, okay, then I'm team FF as I said, yeah. If Syndra level 1 lands one spell on you, like one Q on you, she does X amount of damage, okay? For you as Zoe, let's say for example, for you as Zoe, like, because I know the matchup, I'm going to say this, like especially for Zoe, it might differ for other champions for sure, but for Zoe, as Zoe, I need to hit both Q and auto attack passive in order to do the same amount of damage as Syndra would do to me by just landing Q. That is the difference on base damage. Syndra needs to land one Q on me, and I need to land my Q and an auto attack passive in order to deal the same amount of damage to the Syndra that she did to me with only using Q on me. That is because Syndra Q has a lot higher base damage than Zoe Q level 1. And yeah, because she has such high base damage, what she does is that she goes full, I'm sure you guys have seen this, full CDR build. She goes Liandry, she goes for CDR boots, Lucidity boots, she goes for Cosmic Drive into Death Cap, and she has no cooldowns. She's spamming her, like her Q goes on like a 2-second cooldown, like everything. She scales so well because of her passive. She has no mana issues because of her passive. Her passive gives her mana back, and yeah, that is going to get nerfed because Liandry's will no longer give the mythic passive of CDR, and overall Riot is removing CDR from items, or like they're nerfing them. So yeah, Syndra for sure is going to take a hit, thank God. And that is basically that is also why Riot is not nerfing champions like Syndra, even though they are really strong right now, is because they are planning to nerf them with the item changes coming on next season. Next season changes, let's just look for a new loot. Yeah, the new loot dance is so good. That is why I'm like, next season, that is basically why I said to you guys that Zoe will be 100% meta next season. Zoe right now is not meta, she's not a splash tier, but she's not weak. She's not weak. So for sure it's not a weak champion. Like she's A plus tier, like she's A plus close to S tier, Zoe right now on the meta. So with the new item changes, the better loot dance, it is just a better loot dance. It's so good. And because items overall will give you more raw APs, you will be doing a lot more burst damage. And even if you don't go for full magic pen burst damage kind of build, you will still be doing a lot of base damage to them, because like as we said earlier, the more AP you have, the better your Q and your E scales, because your E has a 90% scale AP scaling and your Q has a 150% AP scaling.